Hi everybody, welcome to Rally Pharma. If you're new here, my name is Linda. I'm a registered pharmacist in Kenya, and in this channel we talk about health and pharmacy practice. So if that sounds good to you, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much. So we are continuing with a series of community pharmacy, and last week I talked about how much money do you actually need to open up a community pharmacy. If you want to watch that video, I'll link it up here so that you can go watch. So today I want to talk to you about location. What factors do you need to consider when you're actually looking for a good location for your pharmacy? So I'll give you a guide, and then from there, if you want to set up your pharmacy, you're free to do it. Your location can determine whether your pharmacy will do good or it will fail. So make sure the location that you actually choose is a prime location. These factors will actually guide you when looking for the right location. Number one, we have the legislation. You need to familiarize yourself with the guidelines for Pharmacy and Poisons Board that actually dictate how a retail pharmacy is supposed to be located. So with regards to this, there are some rules that actually the Pharmacy and Poisons Board say. For example, the distance from one pharmacy to another should be at least 200 meters. So it shouldn't be like pharmacy A is here, then pharmacy B is here. Guidance also stipulates that you can't open a pharmacy, like for example, in a container, in a moving vehicle. So all these things that you need to look at in terms of the rules and regulations, so that when you identify like a location, then it means that this location is actually good and I'll comply with the guidelines of the Pharmacy and Poisons Board. So please familiarize yourself with those guidelines. Number two thing you need to actually consider is accessibility of your pharmacy. So the best way to actually go about it is to make sure that your pharmacy is on ground floor, and then it's also facing a main road. So for example, if you want a pharmacy like maybe on CBD, it should be facing the main road in CBD, maybe Tomboya Street, maybe this street. So it should be along a street that actually someone can just walk in, so that it's easily seen. Then another thing that you need to do is a signage. So you need to actually put a signage for people to know that, yeah, this is a chemist. So the way you brand your pharmacy. And then you should also look at things like availability of ample parking space. If people come there, are they going to be crowded? So it should be accessible to people who come on foot and those who actually have their vehicles. Another thing about location that you need to consider is security. Medicines are actually very expensive, and there are some medicines that when people steal, they can actually land you in trouble, because some of the medicines that pharmacies stock are usually like prescription only medicine, and they have a prone like to be abused. So it means that where you place your pharmacy should actually be secure. Do you have CCTV cameras? Maybe do you have a guard? Do you have any measures for security, like the metal grills? As long as those metal grills do not interfere with actually you serving your patients. So measures of security around the place and around your premise, you should also consider that. Next, look at the competition also, yeah, because at the end of the day, you don't want to set up a pharmacy where there's so many pharmacies, like they're crowded there, and then at the end of the day, you're struggling to break even. So what is the distance between one pharmacy to another? Do you have like competition around you? And if you have, how are you going to beat that competition? Like, how are you going to make yourself unique so that you get clients? How do you serve patients better to differentiate you from the other people? So you need to look at now the competition around you and see how to go about it. So if you're okay with setting up a pharmacy where there are so many people, then it's on you. But then I would advise, like, look at a place that is not so crowded, so that you don't suffer competition. Because imagine this person has had this pharmacy here for like 20 years, and then you're a newbie, and then you're coming to set up a pharmacy. Of course they'll go to that other person because they're used to that person. Maybe they've already created rapport with that person. So also look at the distance between one pharmacy to another. So next, look at your target market. So which population do you actually want to serve? And in terms of the target market, I mean in terms of their income. So do you want to set up your pharmacy in a high income area, middle income area, or a low income area? Because this population has different characteristics. For example, if you go to a high income area, for example like Karen, you find out that most people consume supplements, they use insurance, they buy more of original molecules than generics. Then if you go to the middle class, yeah, they have a high purchasing power. They prefer maybe to also buy supplements. Some of them prefer generic, some of them prefer original, so it will guide you on how to stock. Then if you go to the low income areas, most of them, they consume generics. Most of them actually do not even consume supplements. Like, this is a rare occurrence for them. So it will actually guide you on what to stock, and your location will also determine a lot. For example, if you go to a high income area, definitely the rent you'll pay in Runda is not the same rent that you're going to pay in Kibera. So you should actually look at those factors, because they will guide you and how do you actually make your profit. For example, in the high income areas, they have maybe a high purchasing power, but maybe you'll have very few people working in your pharmacy. In the low income areas, you'll find out that yes, the prices will be low, but the people will be so many. So at the end of the day, you'll see also how to break even. So it just depends on what you want and your target market. Another thing you should consider is human traffic flow. So you want to set up a pharmacy in a place whereby like there are so many people around that area. For example, like you can set up your pharmacy maybe in town where there's so many people, like people always go to town, maybe near bus terminuses, maybe in busy streets, in malls, at a petrol station. So you want a place whereby like it's strategic, whereby people will actually walk in and see that this is a chemist. And lastly, you want to actually put your pharmacy where maybe there's a healthcare facility. For example, especially the public hospitals, I know most of them don't usually have like most medicines. So if you actually get maybe a dispensary, a healthcare center, or a public hospital, and put your pharmacy like strategically there, then it means that if these patients don't actually get the medicine in the hospital, they will come outside, they'll see a pharmacy, and then they will actually buy it. Though this actually depends on a lot of factors. And then if you actually set up your pharmacy in an area maybe where there are consultants, for example, if you go to Upper Hill Medical Center, for example, and set your pharmacy there, because there are so many consultants there, you can actually build a rapport with the consultants, ask them like, what medicines do you commonly prescribe, what are the disease patterns, and this will actually help you to stock up your pharmacy. So these factors will actually help you to know where you need to set up your pharmacy. Let us look at how you can actually identify this place. So you've looked at all these factors, put them into consideration, and then you're wondering like, how do I even get this location? So number one, you can actually use like realtors or real estate agents. So what you can do, just go online, like use Google, and then just search like best place to actually set up a pharmacy in Kenya, or business stalls that you can actually walk in. Then they link you to an agent. You'll get an agent online. Call them, meet up with them. But the thing about agencies, they charge a fee. So you just agree with them, like maybe get me this number of premises, I want to see them within these areas. They look for the premises, and then they'll give you a call. Then you can go visit the premises and assess according to the Pharmacy and Poisons Board guidelines. Another way in which you can actually use to get a pharmacy is by asking your friends. Maybe you have a friend who's in business, who's been doing like pharmacy business for a long time. Ask them like, hey, how do you manage to get these places? Also, if you have other friends who are doing other businesses, ask them like, how do I get a space? How do I get a place to set up my pharmacy? Like, I would really want to do it. Do you know a place where I can go? Do you know anybody who can help me to actually set this place up? Another thing is, do your research by yourself. If you do it yourself, I believe you'll be able to get the right specifications, though you might not know so many areas, but it's also good for yourself to actually do your own research. Because at the end of the day, your own research will actually guide you on what you like and what you don't like, so that by the time you're even contacting that real estate agent, you actually have in mind what you want to do. And also actually like reduce the cost of the agent, so you'll not have to pay any agent fee, and you'll deal with the landlord directly. So I hope this video has been helpful to you. If you have any questions about location, please let me know in the comment section, then I'll be able to advise you. So thank you so much. I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.